everybody. When we last left off, we had just gotten some rubber trees, which I planted out front, and I still have to clear those out a little bit. Got some sticky resin, and I am gonna pick one of these buildings to turn into a smithy. And we'll put all of our EU powered smelting and extracting and macerating technology there, at least the initial stuff. So to start, we will do this. I guess we'll need at least, it sort of depends which you want to build first. If you build the macerator first, then you get more ore. If you build your extractor first, then you will get more rubber. So I guess we'll try the macerator first, because we've got quite a few trees here, so shouldn't be too much trouble to get extra rubber. Trim these down a little bit. So if for those of you who have not worked with rubber trees yet, technically all you need to do is leave a single leaf block attached to them for them to continue producing rubber. I tend to leave them with a little hat like that. You do need to trim them down somewhat because you need to sort of expose the sides of the tree so that you can see as many of the orange dots as are available, because they might be hidden in the trees. And those little orange dots are what you make a tree tap for. If you right click on them once, you get some sticky resin. And if you click on it again, I believe, when the little resin spot isn't orange, I think you might prevent resin from spawning for a little while there. So you don't want to overdo it. Are there any real obvious ones that I'm missing? It does not appear so. Okay. I would love to have one more sticky resin so that I can make a dozen rubber. That's sort of where our starting point's going to be, to make one macerator and one generator. Let's see what we've got. Alright, so I've gathered the necessary materials, and I think I'll probably turn this building into sort of my initial smithy. I might knock some of those windows out and replace them with walls if that looks a bit silly. Anyway, so here's what we're going to do. To start, we're going to need 18 wires. Oh, and there are clearly some rubber still cooking in the furnace. So why don't we? Oh, no, there are not. I just haven't finished it yet. So let's bring that with us, actually, because we'll move this over here too. No reason to have a furnace in our home. Here we go, and we will smelt the rest of these as we go. Now, so here's our wires. Excellent. This was all copper that I just found in chests and things, which is nice. We'll make a battery. I've got tin from two different sources here, so they look a little different here. Put one wire there, and we've got a battery. And then For an iron furnace, there's two patterns. One where you build a normal furnace and then make a little, use 5 iron to turn it into an iron furnace, saves you a little bit of iron, but if you're using that to make a generator, you sort of lose it back again. It still costs 8 iron total to make the generator either way, but that's fine. With the battery, we have got a generator. Excellent. So this is going to be in our initial, let's turn it to daytime so that I don't have to worry about zombies as I work on this. Now a lot of these EU either generators or devices that use EU, if you just use a pick to break the block, you will lose the block, or you might just be returned a machine block, which is effectively just 8 refined iron. So you want to avoid that when possible, but even when using a wrench, which I'll make in a little bit later, there's a decent chance that you'll sort of lose what you're making. And actually, why don't I... Sure, we'll do it here. So here will be the furnace. How do I want to do this? I'll need access to both the furnace and the bat box. Well, we can just make this, we can make it a much larger design than I'm used to because we've got lots of room here. Alright, so we'll do this. This is going to be a bat box when I make it, but for now, excellent. Yeah, and then we can just run wires along here and have things be above and below it. Sounds good to me. So that means that, well, why don't we make our last 6 wires? And we'll make 2 different, what are these called? Some sort of circuits. There we go. We'll make 2 circuits. Oh, I guess I didn't quite need... I guess I'll need that eventually anyway. So we've got the circuit. We'll use our remaining refined iron to make a machine block. And this will make our macerator. Am I wrong? Let's try it like this. Macerator. There we go. So now, eventually, yeah, so I guess I'll put the macerator up here. And for now we'll connect these. Ideally you want a bat box connecting these sorts of things so that you can charge up the power that you make in your generator, but it is a non-issue for right now. I mean, just because we'll use the generator to power up our macerator so that we get more iron out of our iron ore. So we'll need more iron ore and we'll need more tin ore to make the extractor, which is the next thing we'll make. And here you go. And for the time being, it would also be nice to have an electric furnace, but we'll save that to last because they're not more efficient, except they save a little bit of coal. Anyway, I'll wait till these sort of resources are done, and then we will make our extractor and our electric furnace and so on and so forth. So you're seeing that every time we have an iron ore, that'll get crushed into 2 iron dust. So we're effectively doubling the amount of... Oh, yes, we still need some coal for over here. Yeah, so we're doubling the amount of iron that we get out of that, which is really quite nice, because we need a lot. Anyway, I will be back in a minute. Alright, excellent. Well, we made more tin, and, oh, I still think actually I need a little bit more tin, but made more tin and more refined iron, so this will mean that we can make 2 batteries there. I will need a third, but that's okay. We've got our refined iron here, and for an extractor I actually need 4 of these taps, so that will be, I wonder if spruce or fir will make, no, oak will. Excellent. I will need a little bit more wood. Let's go find a little bit more oak wood. Alright, so we've macerated up a bunch of iron and tin, smelted it. I've already turned some of the tin into 2 batteries. I'll need to make 1 more. And I've turned, I made another machine block out of 8 refined iron. So now we can make 4 of these tree taps. Excellent. And with 4 tree taps and 1 machine block and electronic circuit, let's see, I think this is all we need. Yeah, there we go. Now we have an extractor. And we'll also want a battery box. And for that, we'll make our 3rd battery. Here we go. And let me just take a quick peek at the bat box recipe. And that's just 1 more wire and 6 wood. I would rather not make another set of wires until I have my extractor up and running. So hopefully spruce will work for the bat box as well. It will. Excellent. So let's place the bat box like this. And now, rather than simply powering these things directly, if I fill this with coal, I will fill the battery box, and the battery box will run everything else. So, and now, excellent, if we put sticky resin in the extractor, rather than 1 resin per smelt, or 1 rubber per resin, we should get 3. Perfect. So now that that's going, copper wires will be very easy to make. The one remaining thing that I really need from this is a furnace, electric furnace to use this power from the bat box. So I'll put 1 there. Later on, we'll make some other devices. We'll make a compressor. I guess we'll probably also make a well, we'll see what we need for what we're going to build. This is not going to be our final design. This is going to be a nice little interim, convenient, sort of efficient processing smithy, but for now it will do just fine. Anyway, looks like we are up and running. I will talk to you guys next time.